Hey guys, it's Ben here for Kit 171's pick of Doko for the cheapest hardcore challenge this week. So yeah, good game. Enjoyed this one. It's nice to play a platform game again. I do like my platform games, although this is quite tricky. I can kind of see why it was Japan only. But yeah, good game. Didn't fully get to grips with all the scoring and stuff, I must admit. I was kind of winging certain aspects of it. I kind of think you have to get enemies in a row. Like, one of the best ways of scoring, although it never seems to be particularly consistent, is getting everyone on the same level, making sure they drop to the same level, and then just firing one enemy through a bunch of them. And I think there's some kind of score multiplier thing going on. You'll see it here in a minute. So yeah, that like green mushroom thing at the top, you just let him kind of spawn as many enemies as you can, and then they all go down the bottom, bop a couple on the head, and then yeah, get a load in a row. Although I did miss a few of them because they hadn't dropped down yet. Yeah, I think generally speaking, I think that's the best way to do it. I'm not completely sure. You can do quite a lot of milking and stuff on some of the levels, like just letting enemies spawn. That's kind of borderline school leeching, so I tend to stay away from that kind of thing. I don't want to be an admin, I don't want to break my own rules. So yeah, this level gave me a bit of a headache, I must admit. That's one thing to note, is the levels are never the same. Like with a lot of similar games, like I guess Bubble's kind of similar. Like the levels pretty much always start the same way, I think. But this one's kind of randomized, so sometimes the rabbits stay at the top. Sometimes they just kind of sit there, and you can never play the level the same way twice, which I guess that's kind of a good thing. But I kind of like learning patterns and then sort of exploiting them, but you can't really do that in this game. So yeah, I don't know if you saw there, but there's a little kind of hidden thing at the top right hand corner there. You just hammer it and then the door opens and you go into this little bonus stage thing. And if you get all 9 one colour, you get 3 extra lives. If you get 3 lines, which is what I'm going for here, 1 across, 1 down and 1 diagonal, you get 20,000 points. Again, I'm not really sure whether it's worth going for 3 lives or 20,000 points. My strat was basically just to get the points and then try and hold on to my lives, because it gets to a point in like World 3, I think it is, where I kind of got stuck on the levels and I'd lose like a bunch of lives all on the same screen. Maybe I should have just stuck with getting all the lives, but that's what I've gone with anyway, just going for points. I saw Riddler was going into the one of the kind of bonus stage things where you can kind of level warp. A couple of people have mentioned it as well. You can level warp to level 51. I think there's 50 levels in the game. But if you look warp to level 51, it's like you play the reverse level. So I'm assuming they're like remixes of the existing levels. I don't really know. But again, I don't think you score any more points by doing level 51 onwards. It may make it harder as well. I don't really know. So yeah, I just stuck with no level warps and just getting the 20,000 points. Whether that works or not, I guess we'll find out. Nearly died there. So yeah, this level again can be a bit of a pain. I find it's best not to be greedy with picking up the fruit, because the fruit's only worth like 100 points each. So a lot of the time it's best to just kind of ignore it and just get your points from the bonus screens and leeching some of the enemies. So here I kind of get a few extra points, so I let those ones drop down, pick up 4 of them and launch it against 1. If you try and pick up all 6, the first one kind of wakes up and kills you. So yeah, I did this a couple of times. This screen's actually pretty hard as well. I think Kit struggled on this one. You can jump up underneath the rock guys and hit their feet, but it's really risky. You can only get 1 or 2 hits in. So the best strat, if you run up the top there, it's pure luck whether you get killed when you land on that top middle platform. So it's best to just pick up an enemy and throw it at the top guy so it doesn't spawn any more enemies, and then it's not too bad. So yeah, this is the first boss. Pretty straightforward. Just pop the pumpkins. It moves left and right as well, so you just got to be aware of it kind of encroaching on your space. Again, you can point leech, but it's quite risky, I suppose. One really annoying thing is when you kill it, the arms expand slightly, so you think you're just out of range and it just kills you anyway. I've lost a bunch of lives doing that. So yeah, anyway, that's world 1. This one can be quite tricky because the platforms obviously move you along left and right, so it's quite easy to make a mistake. So I don't know if this is the best way to do it, might just let everyone drop to the bottom. It's a lot safer. Oh, and that power gauge thing at the bottom, that's to do with, again, I don't fully understand it, but basically the higher your power gauge, the more enemies you can launch through, I think. So when you've got a full bar, you can just launch it through everyone, and it goes through walls, and so you want to keep that top basically. Okay, here's one for Big Juffer, safe spot. Again, just let all the ones on the right come over to the bit on the left. There's probably a better way to line them all up, but this is a fairly safe way to do it. I'll tell you what's really annoying in this game is when you clear a level and then the devil thing comes in and kills you because you've taken too long. So you just stay at the bottom basically when you clear a screen. You shouldn't have that issue. Yeah, this screen can be a little bit tricky. It's got no way you can jump basically. You can jump all the way up the right hand side or all the way up the left hand side. None of the middle bit. And yeah, this is weird. That thing that freezes the enemies, they can still kill you even though they can't move. So you've still got to bop them and then throw them. That's caught me out a few times. Very annoying. And these bears at the top with the, I assume, baguettes or something? I don't know. But yeah, when they throw stuff at you, it stuns you but doesn't kill you. Which is fine. It doesn't really matter too much if you get stunned, unless you've got the things at the top of the screen throwing like spears down at you. Then it's a problem. Like this screen. This screen's really annoying. I don't know what happens here, but there's one of the bears on the right hand side is invincible. I don't know if it's a bug or it's intentional, but if you try and hammer him, he just walks straight through you and kills you. It's happened to me a bunch of times. So I find the best way is to just pick up one and launch it. Yeah, don't try and attack it. So yeah, bonus screen again. So I'll just go for, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 purple ones, and then a different colour, and then another purple one. And then you get your 3 lines. Again, maybe it's better for going for 3 lives. Maybe not, I don't know. So yeah, another bear level. Anything you really got to watch out for in this one is the little brown chocolate cupcake things. So they kill you. The other things stun you, whatever they are. Yeah, and the chocolate things kill you. And you have to be careful because when they blow up, they have a little kind of a explosion animation, and that kills you as well. That's really annoying. This is an easy stage, so yeah, just line them all up in the middle. Very straightforward, that one. I find with these ones, you can't really go above them because they'll just jump up and kill you. So you always have to come from below, and then it's not too bad. And then you just got to jump down to the bottom so you don't get killed by the devil thing. And yeah, second boss. Again, you can sort of leech points here. Kind of risky. Yeah, there's little sweets have an explosion animation as well. That also kills you. Very annoying. Pretty straightforward boss though. So yeah, pretty much one more hit. There you go. And he drops a little hat here as well. If you catch that, you get 1,000 points. So yeah, World 3. Starts to get pretty tricky here, I must admit. Because everything's on ice, so you're sliding all over the place, and those icicle things drop on your head. So if you want to change direction, because you're seeing that one's about to drop on you, it's quite difficult to avoid because it takes a while to change direction. You don't have to kill them to clear the screen though, so you can kind of just ignore them. So yeah, I'm not going to take my chances. I think there's an entrance to a bonus stage on here that I've gone into by accident a couple of times. Just opens the door at the bottom, but I haven't really been using them. So yeah, that's the thing that freezes time, but you can't drop down on them because they're not inactive still. See, yeah, totally messed that up. I forgot for a second. You just see them stunned and then drop down on them, but yeah, you can't do that. I think I die again here. Yeah. The only way to get down to them though is to drop from the top or down the side. So yeah, this one, those little princess queen things are unbelievably annoying. So they, if you stand in front of them, they freeze you and kill you. So you can't just walk up to them and bot them because they'll just kill you every time. So you can either drop the ice blocks on the head, which is quite difficult. There you go, got one there. It's a little bit inconsistent. You can kind of hover above them, so your feet are kind of where their heads are, where their head is. But you have to hope that she jumps up, and often she doesn't. So that makes it really annoying. Or you can go from underneath and hit their feet. But sometimes she decides to jump on top of you whilst you're sort of hammering the feet. So it's very, very annoying enemy. So yeah, here's where I just try and hammer her feet. But yeah, as soon as you jump in front of her, she freezes you. I got quite lucky there, to be honest. There you go, now I'm worried about time running out. There you go. Yeah, quite tough. So this is another room with like a little bonus screen warp in the top left-hand corner. You have to make sure you don't knock away all the ice blocks, otherwise you can't get there. Hey, that was a stupid mistake. If you've got a full bar, you can just kill this one and then fire them across to the left and it wipes out those three, but I didn't have a full bar. So yeah, this princess just below you, she can freeze you whilst you're sitting there. You just have to be just out of range. That's why it might be worth going for lives instead of points, just so you can get through these bits. Here goes the warp bit. Almost got frozen there. Can't jump. Just have to hope she drops down. There you go. So again, this is the thing, do you go for points or do you go for lives? That's the other thing, if you haven't got your bar, your level bar at the bottom affects your walk speed. So if you've got no bar, trying to get all 9 is really difficult. So sometimes if you've got the slow walk speed, you're better off just going for points anyway. Yeah, this is quite a tough screen. I didn't really know what I was doing on this one. I got a lucky kill with the ice block. Not that time. There you go. Just in time. Yeah, this one I've mucked up quite a few times. I don't really understand how it works, but sometimes they just throw swords at you. Sometimes you can hammer them, sometimes you can't. Didn't really figure out why. It's quite easy once you get to that spot. So yeah, third world boss. It's basically the same as the second one, pretty much. You just stand at the bottom, collect the enemies, jump up and fire them across. Although this is on ice, so it's a little bit trickier, just sliding around all over the place. There you go. And beyond this level, this was all kind of new to me. I don't really know what these enemies are supposed to do. Yeah, it's got to be in the right position when you kill them, so you can actually get to them to pick them up. I guess you just wait there and wait for them to jump up. Yeah, I held on for it for too long. So yeah, that's me. 186,510. So yeah, good pick. Yeah, and as always, look forward to seeing some more, guys. See you later.